Today we are going to talk about new offerings by Carnival Cruise Line, as well as what's going on in Athens with the Acropolis. If you're going to go, what you need to know about tickets. We're going to talk about Hurricane Lee and how it is impacting cruise lines. And I also have a story to tell you that I think might make you think twice about the way you cover your shipboard account when you're on a cruise. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and it is late at night on Saturday, August 9th of 2023, so this is going to be here for you early on September 10th, but I'm making it this evening. I would like to start by asking you to please subscribe to our channel. We have a remarkable community here. I would say I would put you all up against anyone, so come and join us. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit the little bell that is next to the subscribe button, and then you will get a notification every time we go live or put out a video so that you don't miss any of the fun talk about cruising and traveling to do with cruising. This is a wonderful place to be, and it takes our mind a little bit off of everything else in everyday life, and just really fun. And also, if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? That really helps us as well. First of all, what's going on with Carnival? So the Carnival Miracle has been sailing from San Francisco since 2022. Starting in 2025, Carnival Cruise Line is going to have the Carnival Legend also sail from San Francisco, and one of the things that I think is really exciting about it is it opens up a whole lot more options for people that live in San Francisco or the Western United States, quite frankly, that would like to go on a Carnival cruise. They're going to have sailings that go from 4 days clear up to 15 days. They are also going to have some of the cruises are going to be what they call the Carnival Journeys cruises. I had to look up and see what that was, and it sounds like it's kind of fun. They have a whole bunch of activities that are different than what they would have on a regular Carnival cruise. And it seems like they focus on throwing back to the 1950s or the 1980s, if you can believe it. So they'll have like a sock hop deck party. They have a 50s dance class to learn how to dance. They've got 80s trivia. They've got extra meet and greets with the captain and different departments on the ship so that you can hear about what goes on behind the scenes. They've got frog races in the pool, an 80s dance class, 80s trivia, just all of these different things. So if you think that that would be kind of a fun kind of cruise to go on, you could give it a whirl. And I looked up, and Carnival has a lot of different itineraries that run on these, clear from your transatlantics, your transpacifics, to around the Caribbean, on the West Coast. Lots of different options with that. So take a look if you think that would be fun. I know I keep telling you this. We are really excited to give Carnival a try. November 5th is the day Gordon and I are going to go on the Carnival celebration. So we're very excited. I'm really excited to see how they do their dining. I'm really excited to try out, I know I keep saying I'm really excited, but I am, to try out Guy's Burgers, because I hear that sometimes it might be a deal breaker to go on a cruise and not have a Guy's Burgers on your ship. So it'll be really fun to give that a whirl. But I did want to tell you that in the process of me looking at all of these, they have a 12-day transatlantic that leaves from Baltimore and goes to Barcelona. They have a Trans-Pacific. It's like 22 days that goes from Seattle to Sydney. Really, they have an awful lot of really good cruises. I don't work for Carnival. I don't work for Princess. I only work for myself, but I wanted to let you know about those. Now, Hurricane Lee is unfortunately interrupting cruises, and that is really the least of our worries. I worry more about the people that lie in the pathway, that live in the pathway of that hurricane. But we do have cruise ships that are having to change their itineraries. So for Royal Caribbean, it's 4 ships: the Adventure of the Seas, the Vision of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, and Harmony of the Seas. So I thought I would just give you a quick recap. So basically, instead of doing the Eastern Caribbean cruises that they have got planned, they are doing predominantly Western Caribbean cruises now instead. Now, the Vision of the Seas is based in Baltimore, and they were set to go to Bermuda, have an overnight in King's Wharf and all of that, and they are not going to be able to go to Bermuda. They're going to end up in Nassau and going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Adventure of the Seas is they're just going to hit Roatan, Honduras, and Cozumel, as well as the perfect day at Coco Cay, and they were set to do the Eastern Caribbean as well. Another really, a couple of others that are really important to know about is the Carnival Venezia that sails from New York. Their itinerary is impacted as well, as is Disney. Disney has, which ship is it here? The Disney Fantasy. That one was set to do more of an Eastern Caribbean, and now it's going to be doing a Western Caribbean. So there's a little bit more of the flexibility that we have to have when we cruise. It seems like, I know that the hurricane season is a broad range, basically. Well, it depends on where you look as to when it starts. A lot of places say it starts in May and runs through November, but it seems like this time of year is when we see the most, but certainly not all of the hurricanes. So just be flexible. We all need to be flexible no matter when we are sailing, because we never know when weather is going to play a role in where we get to go. Now, Athens. So if you are new around here, the Mediterranean is surely my favorite part of the world. And Athens has the Acropolis. This year has really been the year of travel everywhere. And Greece has had a record number of tourists coming to visit. They have averaged between 22 and 23,000 guests per day on the Acropolis. If you have never been to the Acropolis, they have a couple of different entrances, but you do. You have to walk up, and then as you get up to the top, you go up big steps and then up to be able to get clear up to the very top there of the Acropolis. But it has been very crowded, and they are looking for ways to make it so that it's not quite so crowded for everyone who visits, and hopefully to protect that site a little bit. So what their idea is right now is they have just implemented a plan to test out requiring people to have timed entries. Now, usually the morning, if you have ever been to Athens, the morning is the most popular time to visit the Acropolis. When you think of going on a cruise ship, it's in the morning, because that's when the cruise ships dock and everyone gets off to go do their sightseeing. But also other tourists like to go, especially during the high season, because the morning is the coolest time of day there. And so that is when it is traditionally the busiest. So what they're going to do is try out this system of having people do timed entries and only allowing, a certain number of people at certain times. And once the tickets are gone, they'll be gone. And then in April of 2024, having that actually be required. Now, the next time that Gordon and I get to go there is in February of 2024, when we are on the Sun Princess inaugural cruise. We're so excited about that. But we get to go on that during that day where you are going to go into Athens. I think we're just going to do it on our own, because I've been there several times and know what to do and know what I want to see. But I looked, and there are tickets available, but I'm going to go ahead and book them soon, because I don't want them to run out. So I thought it would be really important to let all of you know that you can do that. Now, even if you are going and you think, well, I'm not going to worry about it because it's not required until April, it is really much easier to buy your tickets in advance. And then when you go, you don't have to wait. When you go and it's busy, there is a really long line to buy tickets, and you have to go over to the one side. You can go to the other side if you've already bought your tickets, and then you just scan them on the little thing, and you walk right through. They have those kind of like the turnstile entrance thing that kind of, you walk through and it flips. And so you can just scan them right there and go in. So that's a tip for you. All right. But that's what's going on with the Acropolis. And I will keep you up to date as we learn more about that, and as Gordon and I get to visit again. So now I'm going to tell you a story, but before I do that, I just want to tell everyone who is here that has never been on a cruise before, when you go on a cruise, one of the things that you do is you give the cruise line the credit card number or the debit card number that you would like your shipboard account to be settled to. You can also give them cash if you want to, but I would be interested to know how many people still do the cash thing. It seems to me I don't want to lug around that much cash, just extra for things like that. But you know what? We all do things differently. So put down below how you cover your shipboard account. But those are basically the three ways you do it. You do it with your credit card, you do it with your debit card, you do it with cash, right? You can even take Princess gift cards, and those can cover your shipboard account as well. But anyway, so you have to do that. That is a requirement. It's part of going on a cruise. We have Let's Go family members, and they were so kind. I said I should tell people about this, and they agreed. They just got off of a Princess ship, and one of them had given Princess their debit card number to settle their shipboard account. At the end of the cruise, like clockwork, that was settled to the bank account. The money went out, no problem. They get home the next day, 5 extra charges show up, and it just says the name of the ship, it's a Princess ship, and how much the charge is for. It doesn't say what it's for. Their shipboard account had already been closed. I'm like, are you sure you didn't buy anything else or anything? No. And so by the end of the week, so that was on Tuesday that I spoke with them. On Friday, and so in between here, I have been calling Princess every day. I have reached out to the person that is over our area and done all of these things, and nobody says they can help right away, and they're trying to look into it, but really not a lot of movement on that. And then amazingly, last night, those charges disappeared. Now, a few things about that. First of all, I don't know why they had to put those charges there in the first place, but whether we know the reason or not, it happened, and unfortunately it made their account go negative. So now they've got overdraft fees, and it is all because they put a hold on that money, and now the charges went away, so the money's back in their account, but they still have these charges. So here's some things that I want you to think about, and I would really love to hear from all of you what additional thoughts that you have got. So when you do your shipboard account, consider putting it on a credit card. One of the things that I love about charging things on a credit card is if a charge shows up that I don't agree with, I can call the credit card company or even chat with them online and let them know that I dispute those charges, and they will be extra clout with me to not have to pay for things that either I didn't charge or are the wrong amount, or when I get off the ship and know good and well I didn't buy anything else, that I can say, hey, those are not mine, and they will back me up on it. So I think that is a really important thing to consider. The other thing that I think is really important to consider is that with a credit card, to me, it is less risky than carrying around a bunch of money to set down on a cruise ship. Now, I know if you're going somewhere in the United States, it's a little bit different in that, you could go to the ATM that morning, get out a bunch of money, take it, and turn it into the cruise ship. But at the same time, it just saves a step that you don't have to go get the money that way. And you also don't run the risk of losing it or, heaven forbid, someone rob you of it. But just the simplicity of having a credit card that you give to them, I think is a good secure thing as well. Also, the other thing that I thought of in connection with this, and I've been thinking about it a lot, is as you travel, it's nice to have 2 credit cards. And I don't mean 2 credit cards on one account for if you're traveling, with your husband or wife, whatever. What I'm thinking is if you only have one credit card, if somehow it is compromised, whether it's stolen from you or if someone dishonest gets a hold of your number and makes a charge, so then you have to call the credit card company, and let them know that there is fraud on your card, then they shut it down, then you don't have a card. So I would really suggest having 2 credit cards so that whether it's your shipboard account you're trying to settle or something else that you need to buy, whether it's with your travel or a souvenir, whatever it is for, that you have got the money to do that. We are going to talk about money and travel a whole lot more here really soon, but I wanted to bring this up today because it's really important, and I want to make sure that you're aware of it so that maybe it won't happen to you. I have heard of a lot of people saying that this unfortunately does happen to them with their checking account and with their credit card. So be warned, okay? And know what's going on. And so please do share in the comments what has worked for you, what you suggest, if you have seen extra charges pop up. Like I said, luckily these finally went away, but not until you had had overdraft fees and a whole lot of stress. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that, and I look forward to hearing from you. So thank you for being here with me today. It's really nice to see you again. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.